السلام عليكم ورحمة الله أعزائي الطلبة، كيف الحال؟ إن شاء الله كل خير وصحة وعافية، وأتمنى لكم الأمن والسلامة للجميع. اليوم درسنا أو بالأحرى وصلنا إلى unit 2 lesson 9 الدرس التاسع unit 2 اللي هو round up. بالنسبة للي بعدها هذا مو مهم، هذا شوي مهم، مراجعة بسيطة للي أخذناه في هذا اليونت. round up. The first one is given advice. How can you give advice to someone? Actually, by using the word should. If you want to give an advice, you should say should. You should get fit and keep fit. هنا شنو معناته؟ معناته احنا نعطينا advice، نصيحة للآخرين. ما استخدم must ولا استخدم have to. ما أقول you have to get fit and keep fit. هاي معناته شنو؟ معناته يعني أصبحت ضرورية، مو نصيحة. صار معناته غير شيء. لكن should معناته نصيحة، أنت يتوجب عليك أو كذا. You should get fit and keep fit. You shouldn't watch TV all the time. You should take exercise regularly. Regularly يعني بانتظام. So this is how to use the word should in a sentence to give an advice. The form is that subject, should and verb without any addition. Base. Infinitive verb. should هذا لازم يجي بعدها فعل بالمضارع بدون أي إضافة، فعل مجرد نهائيا. لاحظ عزيزي الطالب should get fit، ما قلنا gets ولا قلنا got ولا قلنا getting. نفس الحالة هنا you should take، ما قلنا takes ولا taking ولا took بالماضي، فقط take. نفس الحالة هاي الأخيرة watch you shouldn't watch. So this is all about the use of should to get or to give advice. بالنسبة number 2 saying how often you do things، كم عدد المرات اللي نسوي بيها الأشياء. For example, I play chess twice a week، مرتين في الأسبوع. I take exercise regularly، بانتظام يعني دائما، نقدر نقول بانتظام. I go walking 3 times a week، أنا أذهب للمشي 3 مرات في الأسبوع. 3 times a week. Okay, so this is the way of saying how often we do things. Or we can say regularly إذا عندنا شيء نسويه بانتظام دائما، مثلا يومية أو كل فترة نقوم به، نقول regularly. Number 3 using words to show amounts. For example, a little salt on your food is alright. A little salt. little تستخدم هنا للغير معدود. little للكمية القليلة الغير معدودة. little salt, little sugar, little water, okay, etc. إلى آخره. On your food is alright، لا بأس به. Too much للكمية الكثيرة. هنا قلنا little للكمية القليلة، هنا too much للكمية الكثيرة، أيضا للغير معدود. For uncountable nouns like sugar, salt, water. For example, we say too much sugar, too much water, too much milk is bad for your teeth. You should use little sugar. Little sugar is good for your teeth, not too much. بالنسبة لفيو biscuits، few هذا تستخدم للكمية القليلة المعدودة. For example biscuits، شلون تعرفها معدودة؟ إذا لقيت الاسم بأس الجمع يعني هذا معدود، أو من معنى مالته بشكل عام. أما بأس الجمع أو من معنى مالته بشكل عام. A few biscuits are okay. قلنا هنا few، نرجع مرة ثانية. few تستخدم للكمية القليلة المعدودة. few comes with countable nouns، not uncountable but countable nouns. You have to be aware of that. Too many عكس few، أيضا للكمية المعدودة لكن كمية كبيرة. Okay، الكثير من يعني too many chips will make you fat. معناته شنو؟ الكثير من الشيبس سيجعلك بدينا، make you fat. For number 4 saying what is wrong when you are ill. How can you express something about yourself when you are ill, when you are sick? What can you say in that المريض شو تقول؟ I don't feel well. أول تعبير I don't feel well، أنا ما أشعر بالتحسن، أو أنا ما أشعر إنه أنا بصحة جيدة. I don't feel well. ثانية I have a pain in my stomach. I have a pain in my head. I have a pain in my hand. I have a pain in my leg, etc. إلى آخره. I have a pain. عندنا الثالثة I have got a headache. I have got an earache. I have got a toothache إلى آخره. أو أقول my tooth aches, my head aches والأخيرة my arm hurts, my head hurts إلى آخره. So these are the ways of saying what's wrong with you, of saying how unhealthy are you, how sick are you. Okay, these are the ways to express yourself if you are sick, if you are not good. So we come to number 5, saying how you feel in different situation. I feel frightened, I feel excited. Okay, هنا من عندنا صفة like frightened and excited دائما نستخدمها بعد فعل feel. okay, نقول I feel أنا أشعر I feel frightened. okay, يعني أنا خائف، أشعر بالخوف إلى آخره. I feel excited متحمس، أنا أشعر شنو؟ بإني متحمس. I feel excited. نخلي feel نخلي بعدها الصفة excited or frightened. ونمبر 6 عندنا هذا التعبير لو using this pattern want plus pronoun plus to plus infinitive. want اللي هي هذه want pronoun to infinitive. Your father wants you to help him. Okay, I want you to be polite. I don't want you to be impolite إلى آخره. Okay, we use want. إذا عندنا want نستخدمها معناتها أني أريدك أن تصير كذا. Okay, أنا أريدك أن تساعد الآخرين، أنا أريدك أن تدرس كثيرا، أنا أريدك أن إلى آخره. My mother wants me to eat more vegetables and fruit. Okay, want me to لازم يجي بعدها شنو مصدر، لازم يجي بعدها فعل بدون أي إضافة base verb. okay, وتكملة. yes. and بالنسبة number 7 and you have ordered food from the menu that we studied in the last lecture, in the last lesson if you remember. Given advice to friends who feel sick. Okay, we also said that before, and you can review the rest of them. So this is all about the roundup. Bob and Basim. Now we have reached to unit 2 lesson 10 entitled Bob and Basim. the eggs عنوانه شنو؟ البيض. the eggs. So it's okay to review some questions that you studied before. Who are Bob and Basim? You should know that because you already know who are Bob and Basim. They are two boys, and someone is unlucky, very unlucky, and he is always in trouble. Number 2, where did they meet? أين التقوا? Where are they now? What happened to Bob on the way? If you remember, they were going from Baghdad to Australia for attending something in the first passage about Bob and Basim, and now we are going to continue about them. So consider these questions. What do Bob and Basim have to do on the first morning? And number 2, how do you make scrambled eggs? Okay, what's the meaning of scrambled eggs? What happens to the eggs? ماذا حدث للبيض? I want you guys to read all this passage about Bob and Basim and try to figure out the meaning of every single word you don't know. بدكم تقروها هذه وتعرفون معناتها بالكامل وثم تجاوبون على ذني الأسئلة about Bob and Basim. Okay, you have about Bob and Basim. Okay, you have here 3 questions, 1, 2, 3, and you are required to answer all of them. وأنت مطلوب منك تجاوبهم ذني.
Let's read together. We said there were 4 other boys in our tent. tent يعني الخيمة. هنالك 4 أولاد في الخيمة. Paul from France. من هم Paul from France? Chuck from America. Hans from Germany. and Aziz from Algeria. Algeria يعني الجزائر. I told them about my suitcase. They were all very kind and gave me everything that I needed. أنا طبعا خبرتهم عن اللي حصل إلي بالمطار على السوتكيس الحقيبة. كانوا جميعا متعاطفين معي وأعطوني كل شيء أحتاجه. On our first morning in the camp في التخييم, we woke up early. I put on French trousers, an Iraqi t-shirt, an Iraqi shirt, and an Algerian sweater. sweater يعني جاكيت. Okay. في الصباح أنا ابتديت French trousers, بنطال أو بنطلون فرنسي وشيرت قميص عراقي وسترة جزائرية. The trousers were too big and the sweater was too small. البنطلون كان كبير والجاكيت كان صغير. Never mind, said Basim, laughing. قال باسم ضاحكا لا تهتم. Your suitcase will be here soon. حقيبتك سوف تكون هنا قريبا. I hope so, I said. We had to cook breakfast for the whole camp. كان يجب علينا أن نعد الإفطار لكل المخيم. Hans and Aziz had to make the fire and Paul had to make the tea. Hans and Aziz had to make the fire and Paul had to make the tea. Chuck had to do the washing up. كل واحد له دور هنا. هانس وعزيز يحضرون النار وبول يحضر الشاي وتشك يحضر أو يغسل يسوي الواشنج أب. Okay. Basim and Bob, you are the cooks, said Rod Border. رود قال باسم وبوب أنتم الطباخين. Scrambled eggs for 50 please. سوونا scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs يعني البيض المخفوق, يعني اللي يطقوه بالبان and cook it. هسه راح نجي نشوف شلون how can you cook a scrambled egg. What are scrambled eggs? asked Basim. Read this, page 23, said Rod. He gave Basim a book, Camp Cooking. Don't burn them, said Rod, and went away. انطى كتاب قال له هاي كيفية طبخ السكرامبلد eggs وقال له لا تحرقها. Don't burn it. Leave it to me, said Basim. I put butter, أنا وضعته الزبدة into a pan يعني طاوة. Okay. Basim broke 75 eggs into the pan. Basim حضر أو كسر 25 بيضة ووضعها في الطاوة المقلاة. And then I added milk, salt, and pepper. Pepper يعني فلفل. Salt ملح. Milk حليب تعرفوها. Basim began to cook the scrambled eggs slowly. وبدأ يطبخ the scrambled eggs slowly. He didn't burn them. They were delicious. Perfect. هو لم يحرقها. They were delicious. كانت لذيذة. Perfect. مثالية. All the other boys were sitting in the dining tent waiting for the breakfast. الكل كان ينتظر في الخيمة, خيمة العشاء, منتظرين الإفطار. Give me the pan. أعطيني المقلاة أو الطاوة. said Hans. I will carry it over to the table. سوف أحملها إلى التيبل. No, no, I said. I will do it. أنا سأقوم بهذا الشيء. I will. I was proud of Basim's eggs. كنت فخورا بعمل باسم للبيض. I picked up the pan and started walking. التقطت المقلاة وبدأت أمشي. Then it happened. Bob, look out, shouted Basim. صرخ باسم قال له احترس. A wallaby. قال له a wallaby. شنو wallaby؟ What a bee? I asked. يعني هو ظاهر ما سمع عدل. إيش قال له؟ قال له what a bee? I did not hear the answer. بوب ما سمع الجواب. A small wallaby. Wallaby هو الحيوان. It's a kind of animal. It is just like a kangaroo. This is the wallaby if you can see it in the picture. This is the wallaby. Okay? The wallaby lives in Australia, just like the kangaroo. A small wallaby raced through our kitchen. wallaby صغير مر خلال المطبخ مالتنا. It hopped over the fire. قفز فوق الفاير نار and knocked over the tea. وضرب الشاي. Then it knocked me over. ومن ثم ضربني. Basim's perfect eggs flew into the air. البيض اللي صنع باسم طار في الهواء. The pan landed on a table. وسقطت المقلاة على الطاولة أو المنضدة. The eggs landed on the boys. والبيض سقط على الأولاد. I landed in a bush. وأنا سقطت في البوش. bush يعني الجذع مال الشجرة، يعني في الأشجار. I didn't know eggs could fly, said one boy. Delicious, said another, wiping some scrambled egg from his face. وشخص آخر قال إنها لذيذة عندما مسح وجهه من البيض. You missed the plates, said a third boy. طبعا هذول كلهم سخروا، كلامهم كان ساخر جدا. واحد يقول له أنا ما شفت بيض يطير، والثاني يقول له أنا طبعا جدا delicious وكذا، والثالث يقول له أنا يقول له you missed the plates. أنت فقدت الصحون. said a third boy. So their speech is all ridiculous. ساخر كان. Okay. Everybody laughed. الجميع ضحك. They weren't angry. Are you alright? asked Basim. Yes, thanks, I said, from my bush. But why me? Why do these things always happen to me? طبعا دائما نكرر هاي الجملة بوب لأنه دائما يقع في مشكلة، ويقول ليش أنا بالذات، ليش دائما السلبية هذه الحال، أو ليش دائما هذا يحدث إلي. Okay, so the whole story is about those three boys, or more than three boys actually, Bob and Basim, and they also meet other three boys in the tent, but unfortunately Bob has lost his suitcase and asked the others to give him some. Basim told him, don't worry about that, we will give you good clothes, we will give you a trouser for example, and a shirt and a jacket. But the jacket and the trousers were unfit for him, okay, because one of them is narrow and the other one is so wide and big, so he looked kind of weird. And then they were about to prepare some breakfast. Okay, Bob and Basim are the cooks who want to cook some scrambled eggs for the whole tent, for the whole group, because they are very hungry. They want to have their breakfast in the very beginning of the morning. Basim cooked very good and perfect and also delicious scrambled eggs. Bob Bob took the scrambled eggs in the pan. You know, do you see the pan? This is the pan in his hand. So he took the pan and walked away to the tent where the three boys are waiting inside the tent. So on the way he saw this kind of animal. Basim tried to warn him, "Hey Bob, watch out! There is a wallaby jumping into you, so be careful. Watch out!" Basim first did not hear him because he did not see that animal. Suddenly, the animal, the wallaby, hit the pan and hit Basim and hit the tea, and everything flew out. Basim was flying into the bush, and the eggs also were flying into the uh, boys' faces. So everybody laughed, and Basim said, "Why me? Why all these things happened to me?" So this is the whole story about Bob and Basim. It's really nice and enjoyable, and I hope that guys you enjoy this one too. So let's go back again to the questions that we asked before, if you remember. Question number one: what do Bob and Basim have to do on the first morning? Yes, actually, they had to prepare some breakfast for the boys. They have to prepare or they have to cook breakfast. You can find here. We had to cook breakfast for the whole camp. So they had to cook breakfast for the whole camp. Question number two: how do you make scrambled eggs? Well, you can find the answer here. I put butter into a pan. Basim broke 75 eggs into the pan, and then I added milk, salt, and pepper. So the main ingredients يعني المكونات الأساسية for making scrambled eggs is butter, eggs, milk, salt, and pepper. Okay, they all mixed together and then cooked well under a fire, and the scrambled eggs will be ready to eat. So this is the answer for question two. Question three: what happens to the eggs? Yes, what happens to the eggs? If you can see the eggs after the animal has hit the eggs, what happened to it actually? You can find the answer here. The eggs landed on the boys. The eggs landed on the boys. Okay, on the boys' faces. It's all right. So these questions are important, very important. They might come in the exam, so be careful about that. Let's go to the page 31. Okay, so you can fill out this uh, table, the title about Bob and Basim, the characters. You can mention here the characters: Bob, Basim, Chuck, uh, and others. What it is about. You can write here a summary يعني ملخص, summary about the story Bob and Basim. What the things that you like and dislike about this story, and the new words. You can find here new words like pan, wallaby, and you can find also words like scrambled eggs. All these words are new for you. You find out the new words and you write them here. So we come here to be, complete the sentences using the words in the box. We have words like offer, borrowed, and told. This is your homework. You can answer this. I will answer just the first one. Bob clothes from the other boys. We can say here borrowed, استعار. This is number one. Offered and told you can put here. Okay. Thank you very much indeed for watching.